Oh, the granddaddy or champion myth is that this was neutral ground for all of the Indians, the Valley of Peace, and that everybody who came here would lay down their tomahawk and bathe together peaceably here in the valley, no matter what their grudges might have been against each other elsewhere. That is first written down in 1806 in the New York Journal or Medical Repository Journal by a doctor, a physician from Natchez, Mississippi, a fellow named Dr. McCrary. And he was essentially quoting Major Ellis, who was here a couple of years before, who was also from Natchez. And it was a story that he had heard from some of the hunters who were in Hot Springs when he was here, Ellis. So that's the first mention of it. Of course, Major Ellis's credibility suffers in that he also said that the hunters told him that there was a volcanic eruption while he was here and that they saw the lava flowing and so on. This is certainly not a volcanic area, hasn't been for a long, long time, millions of years according to geologists. But this particular myth, the Valley of Peace myth, has surfaced periodically. The botanist from Europe, Mr. Engelmann, talked about it when he was here in the 1830s. Hiram Whittington mentioned it in some of his writings. He was an early settler here. But then it really took off after the Civil War. It was put into the various promotional books that the railroad companies put out. So when they were putting folks into train seats to come down here, they had these promotional booklets they could look at. And the story kind of got fleshed out or embellished. I honestly think that you can make a case for it being so popular after the Civil War because so many people from both North and South came to this relatively cosmopolitan, developing American spa from both the North and South at that time, both the northern and southern states. And you can think of it as the various Yankee and rebel tribes coming here to bathe amicably together, at least while they were here. But that's just something that would have resonated with folks, and it has expanded originally in one of those brochures, one of the early Cutter's Guides, it was called. They talked about Indians coming here from the Mississippi River Valley. Well, by the 1920s, it had grown to include the Sioux and the Blackfeet and numerous other groups that there's no evidence that they were here. And in recent times, it's gotten even bigger than that. It has ballooned outward to include all of the Western Hemisphere, the various Native Americans making a pilgrimage here at one point in their lives and coming to this sacred place. So, everybody from current day Arctic area down to Tierra del Fuego, apparently coming here to take the baths, I guess. But that's still used in promotion today. But there's other folks that have other uses for that story. Even though some of these myths and legends go back a couple hundred years, they are not documented as history, nor are they verified by archaeological evidence or even oral history from properly recognized Indian tribes.